Well, welcome back in, you guys, to our pregame show for Blitzball Battle 3. Holy smokes, this is Game 8, the last game of the regular season. It's been brought to you by our friends at Shady Rays. You made that. A major matchup tonight because our bosses, my favorites for this tournament,
Did you say
Team
that?
Baggage.
Did you say that?
I did. I picked Baggage to win. Yeah, I feel like they have to win eventually.
Job security?
Maybe.
All right,
No,
I like
I
it.
just feel like they have to win eventually.
Okay.
I had picked Team Baggage, and they're taking on Pinstripe Strong. Both of these teams come into this game 0-1, Peter.
They do.
But you would expect Team Baggage to win this one.
Yeah.
How do you think the pressure is on them right now?
Well, there's a lot of different scenarios. Is Joez McFly going to get his first out? Will the bosses be eliminated? What are we going to look at in this game? How many pitches is Jimmy going to throw? His arm's a little sore. Jake needs to get it 2 outs. There's just so much happening.
Yeah, and you mentioned that. That's probably the biggest storyline coming into this game is that Joez McFly, our guy, is still looking to record his first out in the warehouse. I was able to talk to Jimmy and Jake on what it would feel like to be the first out he's recorded. All right, guys, energy's high as we get ready for your Game 2 matchup of the tournament. You're taking on Pinstripe Strong. Now, Joez, as we know, has really struggled on the mound, still looking for that first out in warehouse history. How do you guys think you can really take advantage of him on the mound?
Stay calm, bat to ball, and don't be nervous that if you do make an out, you're a public embarrassment.
Yeah. How would you feel if you were his first out, Jake?
Our falafel or switch.
Yeah. So Jimmy calling it would be like a public humiliation
It kind of would.
to be the first out.
I not a public.
Who's the pressure more on, Joez or Team Baggage to not be the
Team
first out?
Baggage, for sure. Joez is just going to, I mean, if it keeps going, it's just the streak keeps going. For Baggage,
Not a great streak.
they end. It's almost as, no one's going to break this streak again. It's Ripken-like.
Well, I'll tell you what, when we spoke to them pregame, Joez told us that their plan is for him to start the game. And he was not fazed in the slightest by any of the pitching performances so far.
He wore a T-shirt to a wedding.
He did wear a T-shirt to the wedding and the vest.
Yeah, so I mean, he's not fazed by much.
Well, I'll tell you what, he has a pretty intense game plan starting in the first inning.
Okay.
All right, guys, we're getting ready to go for your second game of Blitzball Battle 3. You're taking on the bosses, Team Baggage and Jimmy and Jake. I can see Joez is really trying to get warmed up for this. And Joez, you know, I hate to do this to you, but a big talk of this conversation so far has been that you're still looking for that first out in warehouse history. How much are you feeling the pressure to finally record that?
Not at all. Oh, thank you so much. I'm staying light, real light. Are we ready to fight? All my might.
Okay. We know that Jimmy and Jake both can pitch, both can hit. What is y'all's pitching strategy against them for this game?
We're going to go with Joez to get at least 1, maybe 2 outs. But if he gets into trouble, runners on first and second, I'm going to come in right away. Short leash today. Short leash.
Runners on first, probably.
Runners on first? Maybe.
This game is really important. The outcome of this game is very important when it comes to scoring. I can hold it. When it comes to scoring, what do you guys think needs to happen for you guys to take the win from Team Baggage?
We got to take their soul.
Oh!
We take their soul in that first inning, hit-wise. We hit how we supposed to hit, do what we supposed to do, and that's it.
Right on the tee, Pop.
Right on the tee.
So Joez McFly, they got to take the souls of them in the first inning. But whenever I was talking to Jimmy and Jake pregame, we were discussing how, look, the pressure is obviously on you to win, but now the seeding moving forward after the regular season and the tournament is going to be dictated by these different scores that we're seeing.
I think that's where Jimmy can get in trouble. He likes to overthink these things. He likes to play scenarios in his head rather than just playing the game, right? I was so silly. I literally looked at my catcher and said yes to whatever he put down. Don't overthink it, Jimmy. Just go out there and play. Have fun. It's a game, mate.
Well, I talked to Jimmy. And he's going to be thinking about them both. Here he is. Okay, so when we look at this game, the outcome of it, the runs scored dictate the seeding going forward. So how do you guys not only put pressure on yourselves to obviously win but to not be paying too close attention to the scoreboard.
We have to win and play close attention to the scoreboard. We have to get to Lou. If we win, but we don't hit Lou and we only get our runs off Joez, then that's a bad sign of things to come. And I think no one else in the tournament will see us as a threat. So I think we have to get to Lou, who I think is going to start.
So you're talking about your hitting strategy. Jake, what's y'all's pitching strategy headed into this game?
Kelsey, you mentioned some of the run differential stuff. We need to win. This is a game within a game within a game. Because we need to pitch really good. We need to score a ton of runs to get ourselves into that winner's bracket. And yeah, I mean, the Lou Joez factor it's interesting. Because Joez hasn't gotten it out like you mentioned. Yeah. So is there a chance that we could be one of the first? Yes. And I think even if that happens, we have to persevere. And we have to score a ton of runs.
Falafel. Guys, good luck. Second game of Blitzball Battle 3 for you guys. It's a big one. Pressure's on. Go get them.
Are you rooting for us?
I picked you guys to win the whole tournament, actually.
Sorry about game one.
Yeah. All righty. Once again, folks, we can't leave here without reminding you that this is all brought to you by our good friends at Shady Rays, and we've partnered with them to give you guys a very exclusive offer. It's only happening during Blitzball Battle 3. So if you go on shadyrays.com, use the promo code WAREHOUSE. How many percentages is that going to get you off?
40.
40 whole percentages. That's also going to put you on a list for early access to Jimmy and Jake's. They design their own shades. Mm-hmm. Have you seen them?
I have not.
Alrighty, guys. Well, sure, they'll be cool. You haven't seen them yet. We love our friends at Shady Rays. Once again, that's promo code WAREHOUSE. That'll get you 40% off and also early access to shop their sunglasses. So visit our friends at shadyrays.com. Man, oh man, do we love Shady Rays. A little bit of disrespect there from Jimmy, saying that they don't want to just get to Joez, who they think and know that they can. They want to get to Lou, who's been the stronger player for Pinstripe Stronger. Yeah. They don't think that anybody's going to take them seriously if they can't get to Lou.
Well, it's a really good point because there's a lot of good pitchers. Lou's not exactly, he's in the upper echelon of pitchers, but he's not the best. Mm-hmm. So they're going to have to beat him and a lot more to get anywhere where they want to in this tournament.
Well, if you want to get anywhere you want to, especially when it comes to stats, our guy Jolly Olive will take you there, and he's taking us there right now.
All right, we got our last matchup before we officially kick off the Blitzball Battle 3 playoff tournament bracket. It's Baggage versus Pinstripe Strong. The Yankees fans are clashing. No friends today. It's a big matchup for both sides. Both of these guys need to win because there are scenarios where both of these teams could be eliminated from playoff play. As for Baggage, they need to slug the ball. They got 3 hits against the Lovios. It was 3 singles, so no extra base hits against Nicky Cass and Dalton Feely. Jake was the only player to not throw a single pitch on day one. Every other player in this tournament recorded some outs except for Jake. Obviously, Joez McFly didn't record an out. He did throw some pitches. That's going to be a big storyline for him. Can Joez McFly get his first out of his entire warehouse career? They're going to need it if Pinstripe Strong is going to pull off an upset victory. They're in a pretty good spot in the standings with their run differential being -2, so all they need to do is keep things close and they can make the playoff bracket and play on in days 3 and maybe 4 and 5. Who knows? Lou Dab did his part though. He loaded the bases by himself in the first inning of their game against We Got Ice with a single, and a walk. Unfortunately, they were unable to score because Joez McFly went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts and failed to record an out, giving up the walk-off home run to Jack Doyle. So the storylines are kind of the same for Pinstripe Strong. Can Joez McFly step it up and help out Lou Dab and maybe get the team a win, or will Baggage find their footing, find their momentum, and go into the playoff bracket with a head full of steam? It should be a great matchup to close off regular season play.
All right, let's take a quick look at the updated standings. Only 2 of the seeds have been locked and loaded. Como's the 1 seed, Lovia's is the 2, but let's focus on the bottom. In particular, Pinstripe Strong and Baggage. One of those teams is going to fall to 0-2. As long as neither of them get blown out, they're going to make the top 7. But if they lose big time, then McFlurry power gets brought back into the equation. And Peter Moylan, that is where we stand. There is a lot of pressure, particularly on Pinstripe Strong, because Joez is going to have to get 2 outs today as the home team.
He really is. We saw it last game. We were all hoping that he would record his first out of Blitzball. He wasn't able to do that. Pressure now moves to today.
For more on this story, Kelsey Wingert is down on the cement. Kels?
Yeah, we've talked so much about Joez. We've talked about his struggles here pitching in the warehouse, obviously. But speaking to him before the game, they said the game plan going in is for Joez to start the game. Whenever he would get into any trouble, then Lou's going to come in. But another change we're going to notice from Joez McFly today is he's changing his arm slot for this game. Now, that actually came off of a recommendation from Dalton with Lovias. But instead of going from that overhead up top arm slot, he's going to take it more down to a 3/4 arm slot.
I love it.
He's hoping that really brings in a little bit more movement into the pitches. We know that he struggles with command, so he'll have to figure that out with this specific arm slot. But even speaking to the Como guys, the pros about this, right? They said they think that's exactly what he needs because instead of it just gliding in there straight, it's going to have a little tail to it, Pete. What is your opinion? Do you think that that's going to help Joez, or is command just the real big issue for him?
I think it's going to help him avoid the barrel of the bats, and I think you nailed it. He said he has to control that movement. He's got to get used to it. He's got to figure out what the starting point is on the outside of that plate, and he's got to figure it out quick. Otherwise, he's going to be in trouble.
Kelsey, you have a prediction for us?
I'll take Team Baggage in this one.
Peter?
Baggage.
Oh, God, my old Blitzball
Did we just
partner.
jinx him?
Come on, Joez, you can do it. You can. Not today, though. God dang it. Hat trick for Baggage. I know. So much mystery, so much intrigue. It'll be the final game of the regular season. We will see you tonight at 6 o'clock Eastern, and we cannot wait. For Kelsey Wingert, for Peter Moylan, I am Chris Rose. Thanks for tuning in to the Shady Rays pregame show.